There we go. I think we are live. We're finally live here on YouTube. Took a minute to load up. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here, just getting my first cardio session done. I think I'm going to make a grocery trip today, though. Make a grocery trip, get top back up, make a little content while I'm there. People liked those last time. A lot of positive comments. So, yeah. We'll see how this does, though. Like I said, hopefully we get a nice, a lively discussion. But if not, at least I'll get my cardio done either way, get content out. Right? So, anyway, it goes down. All right. Anybody in here yet? No, nobody's in YouTube yet. We'll have to give it a minute. Let it flow. Again, it's early, but usually we get people pretty soon. A normal morning crowd is watching on the non-training days. So, yeah. I think I've been looking leaner in the camera the last few days. Not just camera, I've noticed in the mirror. I'm like, normally I don't see it in the mirror. I'm seeing it in the bathroom mirror. And then today, last couple of days, so I'm like, it's coming along. Oh, I think I want to go back to brown rice. Stock some more up today, right? I think I pretty much had the feed windows in the evening sorted for getting my appetite under control. By today doing a little less cardio, a little more high intensity stuff, I feel like I can regulate that better. And I think I just need to stock on a bunch of Greek yogurt so that if I do need to feel like I binge after my feed window, I'll just eat Greek yogurt with some cinnamon on it. Right, that's really the same stuff I give clients. I don't know why I don't do sometimes as a coach the things that I prescribe to clients and the people who do consultations with me on binge eating. I need to implement the exact same strategies I give to other people. That would be kind of smart, wouldn't it? So I probably just need to keep the fridge stocked full of Greek yogurt. And if after my feed window's up, if I feel the need to binge, try to eat some Greek yogurt, because that will just destroy your appetite, right? Especially if you're already full. Just absolutely destroy it. So there is that. But yeah. Like I said, I'm not feeling too lively yet with this cardio. I'm not like in my zone yet. I'm kind of still waking up a little bit. I mean, I've done a bunch of work. I've been up like an hour getting other stuff done. But I wanted to get a cardio session in, definitely before I go hit the store. Want to get one good fasted one in. Hit the store, come back, do another one here later. Right? That's what we like to do. I wonder why those are doing. Checking stuff on my money flow on the Facebook. Anybody in the Facebook? Nobody's watching in Facebook. This time of morning, it's hard to get anybody in Facebook. We'll get YouTube, but it won't be Facebook. Mainly because my audience is 87% American there. It's only 70% on YouTube. So, yep. But that's a good thing. Better client base. No offense to anyone, much better clients. Better payment methods. Slightly better economy. All my transfers are free for money. There's no fees for my American clients. That adds up at the end of the day. Right? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's super slow here so far. But once it hits, usually once the first regular comes in and then they start hitting a like, then it starts filling up. It's usually what we need. Right? It usually does the trick. So we just got to give it a moment. Got to let it all flow. Yeah, it's super. I'm just realizing I'm kind of like, oh yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm thinking it's later because I've been up working for like an hour. I'm like, man, it's about 5 a.m., 6 a.m., right? It's not 4:30 here. So, yeah, it might be a little early for a lot of people. That's okay. All right. That's why there's only 2 people watching at the moment. Like I said, once people flow in there, we'll have plenty of comments, plenty of questions. I guess the training's going really good yesterday. I did do a closed group yesterday. I'll probably go back to wide grip the next workout. I do want to work in a closed grip max every now and then, though. I think especially once I start doing more like the closed grip incline and all of that again. But I mean, most of my hypertrophy work is still going to be pull-ups and dips, especially now that I'm off days, some too, just bodyweight ones. Although I feel like I went too heavy yesterday in the vlog. Those reps with that 45 on that full range of motion pull-up, I felt like the rep quality could have been a hair better. So I probably need to drop the weight back down a hair and build up to that. It's just such a harder version, you know. All right, going all the way up with the really close grip. But yeah, still works great for my back. But I'm doing a lot of pull-ups on the off days. I'm doing about 40 or so roughly. Just doing sets of 10 earlier in the morning before we eat. But man, this is slow. Even when I walk, it's usually better than this. All right, even when we walk, it's better. You know, we'll live with it till we get people in here and topics of conversation. We'll just live with it. Right? But give it a few more minutes. Like I said, as soon as this hits the feed of my regular crew, they'll be like, oh, boy, Jason's up. Let's get in here. Once they start popping off questions and likes, then it tends to go into everybody's feeds, and we're in a really good spot. All right? Just give it a little time. All right? Can't believe someone wrote plus belt squats. No, that's not a complete. So I put up a post on Facebook just now about weighted dips and weighted pull-ups for full upper body. Like, you could have belt squats are not going to give you a complete full body. Like, none of your middle back, lower back, it's not being trained. Absolutely not enough. It needs to be a back squat. Right? You have a really weak low back. And I don't know why so many people say this silly stuff. They're like, oh, you know, you can replace back squat with a leg press. No, you can't. I'm not saying it won't give good leg development, but as far as the benefits of the squat, no, you're not going to replicate them with a leg press. The axial loading is part of the benefit. It's so strange to me that people don't get that. You know, like, well, the back can be a limiting factor. Well, it can be, but if you're doing other back work, it may not be. You know, you start adding deadlifts, and that will strengthen the back even more, and then the back becomes less of a limiting factor. Now, that would be a full body workout, right? Weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, back squats, deadlifts. Now we're getting somewhere. Anytime you say that, someone will say, well, front squats. I'm like, no, we're back over to bigger limiting factors now. I like front squats. I think they're great. I don't think they can fully replace a back squat. They're a good complement, right? Hopefully people grasp that. They're a great complement to it. They're not a replacement. Usually your rack position strength and your upper back tend to limit you more than your legs on those. Now, granted, it makes them stronger, but still, you guys see the point. Now, that combination together would work, though. Squat, deadlift, front squat. Now we're getting somewhere. Assuming someone didn't do bench press, but, you know, so then what we say for upper. Oh, that would be pretty good program, wouldn't it? right? You wanted 6 lifts that didn't include the bench. Squat, bench, deadlift, front squat, push press, weighted dips, weighted pull-ups. I think that could make somebody pretty damn jacked and pretty strong. And this is the slowest morning stream I think I've ever had. I'm saying that, but watch, it'll pick up and hit like 30, 40 people. It's very slow for 10 minutes. I think it's not hitting the feeds. Something's happening there. Because I only need this to be an hour or so, and we're already 10 minutes in. The second one tends to do better on these days, though. Usually the second one gets way more views. It's later in the morning. But no, we could program around those lifts. I like the strict press, but I kind of like a little bit of push press too. Not that I can do either one at the moment, but eventually we will. David, should I build a sauna in my house? Worth it? Probably not. I mean, don't get me wrong, saunas can be useful, but man, building a sauna in your house, I mean, it's a lot of work for very, very little benefit. You get a little recovery from them. I mean, saunas can be nice, but they're not that big of a deal. Unless you just really, really want to have a sauna in your house and you have a really good budget, then I mean, I get it. I mean, if I had $10 million, hell, I'd consider having a sauna in my house. Manuel, just drop some prayers. All right, appreciate it, man. Just be aware this is a fitness only channel, Manuel. And even though I share the same faith as you, I don't do religion conversation here. It's just a rule. Fitness only topics. All right. But, welcome aboard. All right. Anybody in Facebook is super slow. Slower than YouTube. First like is in there. That's a good sign. Now it'll start hitting the regular feeds, I think. My legs are kind of tired. They're not feeling this pedaling this morning. But I noticed that too. The pedaling is way harder than the walking that I used to do. So these are a little bit, definitely more tiring to do first thing in the morning. All right. How about looking though, guys? We looking jacked today? Someone told me in person yesterday my arms look a lot better than the last week or two, last couple of weeks. So that's a good thing. Could be all those dips and pull-ups. All right. They're paying off. They're paying off. Hopefully they're paying off. I think they will. I think that they will, guys. I'm hoping this picks up a little bit more likes coming in, so that might be regulars finally hitting the feed. So we need some of that. All right. But either way, we document. We get content up, we stream. I'll have lots of videos out. It's getting towards the end of the month, and I have surplus videos kind of laying around. I have like 70 videos that aren't uploaded. I need to kick some more out. I'm gonna do some reels, I think, today too at the grocery store. That went well. A few people commented that they really like that type of content. Me just sitting there talking about the foods, doing little shorts and reels. I send it to all 3 platforms. All right. Some of the YouTube people, for some reason, think of me as a YouTuber, which is funny. Like, they want to bring up all the YouTube stuff in their lives. They only care about it. I'm like, dude, I don't even watch YouTube fitness, guys. I really couldn't care. It's like all my content goes on all my platforms. It's not just YouTube. Hey, Jason, what's going on? Welcome aboard. This is slow. Like, no one's seen it yet, Carol. I'm also on Facebook, by the way, please. I know you always hop there and support both. Upper chest looking massive. Things coming along, and I'm not even really doing it. I'm going to add some incline stuff in there. I really look forward to being able to overhead press again. Like I'm so focused on the ability to do that. I feel like that's really going to help me again, just this whole region and then my triceps even more. I think it's going to help. I don't know if you saw that thing I put in the community tab. If you look, I was doing those push presses in that clip and I was holding it at the lockout. I have to get back to that. I need to be able to lock out again overhead. Once I can do that, we're in a good spot. A few people don't like my barefoot stuff. A lot of people are supportive. Someone's like, why don't you put shoes on? This is just stupid. They see me doing the sled barefoot. See me running barefoot. It's like, do they not understand? Like, shoes are not that great for us. I mean, they're great for stopping injuries and abrasions and cuts and stepping on stuff, but shoes are not good for you. It's a reason I lift barefoot. I think people have lost sight of that. Like, we're not really built for shoes. It's a reason so much shoe technology has had to go into making them comfortable and art supply, all this stuff, because we don't do well in shoes. Again, they stop you from getting injuries of sharp objects and things. They're useful for protecting your feet with steel toe boots. They're useful for stopping you from stepping on things. But in terms of strength, health, fitness, they're not good. Any barefoot training you can do safely, you probably should, if you have the ability to do so. You know, I don't get that white people don't get that. You know, it's not like I'm getting hurt pushing my sled down the asphalt. I said, "Are you doing this on asphalt?" Well, this is just stupid. Put shoes here on my Facebook. Like, why? You're going to have stronger, more mobile feet if you don't. You know, all these people, until it comes time to run or push a sled barefoot or lift barefoot, it's like people say stuff like functional. I'm like, that's functional, right? Right, that's functional. That's functional fitness. I'd like to support the great coach. Thank you, Carol. You know, you know. My chest always looks massive, anyways. It's my structure. I mean, I was big before I started lifting. Like people thought I lifted. Not my arms. That's the only thing that doesn't. Like I look like a guy who lifts with toothpicks arms before I ever worked out. Basically, you know, I actually had to build my arms. But like seriously, I could stop working out completely and just train my arms, and I'd look like a guy who lifts. So you know, structure, genetics. But everyone thought that I lifted before I did. I shouldn't admit that though, because I do market the terrible genetics as part of my marketing. So I need to shut up about that. Be like, I've got the worst genetics out of all the fitness people. You know, look what I've done. All right, we gotta sell that. But yeah, I'm enjoying all the other fitness stuff though. To me, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, what goes when you use them for everything that's not good? Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I mean shoes literally cause feet deformations. They cause loss of mobility. They even did studies on like cultures that run barefoot, and what they found that people in general, their foot mobility and ankle mobility is so dramatically superior. Their toe mobility, right? Like running in shoes isn't actually that good of an idea. Again, barring stepping on stuff, right? You're going to be a better athlete if you do barefoot stuff. I mean, even Duffin pushed that with the lifting. Jack, I appreciate the support there, man. So pretty slow on the Facebook. I'll tab over there every now and then. Yeah, Carol, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, people get used to it and they don't realize how weak their feet and ankles get and how immobile they get. And, I literally have had people criticize me for lifting barefoot. Like, I literally had a whole guy argue with me in a diatribe, and I thought it was hilarious. He really got in an argument with me on YouTube. Like, he told me, "You have no idea how many people I've seen who've been injured lifting barefoot." I'm like, really? How many? He got mad. You just don't listen. Like, what do you do for a living? How many are you? So it's like I'm sitting here thinking, you have no idea how many people. Like, he's seen 50 people injure their foot training barefoot or something. So I'm like, well, what do you do for a living? Are you like an emergency room nurse? You have no idea how many. I'm going to go with probably 0. What's up, Peppermint? Finally, we're getting a little bit in here. It's been real slow. I had like 2 viewers at 10 minutes and no likes. It's early, though. It's early and we're on the bike. So. I laugh at these guys questioning the why. I mean, they question everything I do. It's always, I can never do anything right. What people don't understand, too, the reason I screenshot all their stuff and put it all on Facebook, if you catch Facebook, you'll see me screenshotting their nonsense, right? I don't think people understand and they don't get it. I saw a good friend of mine. She wrote a whole thing on that the other day, that people, for some reason, feel that they're entitled to criticize every content. Everyone who puts up content anywhere, they think it's there for them to criticize. And it's like, quite frankly, and I remind people, I don't put my stuff up for you to criticize or give me advice. If I want your advice, I'm going to pay you for it. But there's going to be 2 criteria for me to take someone's advice. Number 1, they have to be a world level coach in their area. Right? Number 1, you have to be a world level coach in your area. Number 2, I need to ask you for the advice. You don't meet those 2 criteria, you can eat a dick. All right. One guy claims he's been running 5 years and never saw someone barefoot run. I know, right? It's like, we know he's lying. He doesn't actually run. Because barefoot running is a serious thing, and it has been a long time. It's been a thing for hundreds of thousands of years, actually, pretty well documented in the anthropology. All right. Benjamin says, I was speaking to a work colleague today, and he said that you need to do an hour of cardio a day to lose weight. Is this true? Hey, Benjamin, tell your colleague at work that he doesn't know basic thermodynamics or biology, and he's a complete dumbass ignoramus. Use some common sense. Now, I do lots of cardio, and I think cardio is great. Mathematically speaking, how is that even a logical conclusion? No, I mean, seriously, that's a question. So people who are in concentration camps, if they just stop doing cardio, they'll stop losing weight, right? That'll save their life. So if someone's starving to death, let's say someone is in a place where they don't have enough food, there's a famine. If they stop doing an hour of cardio a day, it'll save their life, right? That'll save them. That'll keep them from losing weight. Basically, he's a dumbass whose opinion could be ignored. Now, is it a good idea to do some cardio? Sure, it's a helpful tool. Technically, all you need is a calorie deficit. Jack, why don't you wear the smithing hat anymore? They're not. Wow, wasn't a bullet tip, a reloading. Because I don't want to do it. It was confusing, and we don't need any firearm content on YouTube. They'll unmonetize you. And I don't care about doing the shtick anymore. Next. So, Smith hat was trademark. That's what I thought. Yeah, exactly, Benjamin. Jack, YouTube's real. Yeah, I'm not doing anything like that anymore. Plus, we don't need it. Like, I don't want to stand around and green screen. I don't want to set all that up. I can just do all my stuff this way. Plus, you got to remember, all my content goes to multiple platforms. So my content needs to be palatable on all platforms. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a fitness content creator. So everything that I create for a video that gets uploaded, it needs to be within everybody's rules. It needs to be within the rules of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, because I'm monetized on all those platforms. So my content goes to everything. I'm technically a Facebooker. Like if you were to ask me what platform, what do I associate with these days? Are you a YouTuber or Facebook? I'm a Facebooker. Facebook is my biggest platform. YouTube is a very close second. So like YouTube is dead for fitness in a lot of ways. It's just a bunch of moronic stuff at this point. It's a cesspool of stupidity as far as the fitness scene here. I just don't want to watch it or see it. I'll just put my content up and just step away from the stupidity and the scam artists and the snake oil salesmen and the fake net. It's just all bullshit. YouTube's getting tougher. So yeah, they're also getting a lot tougher. Eventually, they'll just start getting rid of all the hate channels too, which will be good. They're the only platform that will allow people to literally make hater channels like they do. So once they tighten all that up, I can probably just get all the crazy, stupid hate videos about me removed again permanently. Because even that's technically supposed to be a violation. Someone asked me, have you looked at gorilla mode supplements? Well, he's a scam artist. Derek's a scam artist. All right. It's hard to find new channels until you only get the top 5 business channels. Yeah. I don't watch YouTube fitness. I'm just not interested. And when I do, it's overproduction, cringe, horrible training advice. Like it's literally just kids on trend with no idea how to train. Like you're 26 years old, you don't know shit. Just shut up. Like, dude, if you're 25 years old, you have no business telling people how to work out. Just stop. You have zero experience. Oh, I've been working out 5 years. You haven't even coached 200 people. Just shut up. Just stop. And I'm going to be fair, man. And no offense to anyone, but anyone who listens to a 25-year-old give training advice is a dumbass. I mean, no offense intended, but you have to be as dumb as a box of rocks to actually take their advice seriously. They have no experience. They're 25 years old. It's like saying, hey, I need brain surgery. I want the 25-year-old surgeon to do it. Or do you want the 45-year-old surgeon who's been, performing brain surgery for 20 years? He just finished. It's his first year as a surgeon. Hey, I want the lawyer. I want a 25-year-old lawyer to defend me in a felony case where I could get a life sentence. He's just fresh out of law school. That's who I want. You really want a 25-year-old telling you how to train? You think this is a good idea? I get it. You're 18. He seems older and wiser. He's 25. He's a dumbass. He has no idea what he's doing. He's 25. He does not know how to coach or teach people. Unless he's like, well, I started my coaching career at 9 years old. I was 9. I started working as a personal trainer. But if he's 25 and he's like, yeah, I got my first personal training cert at 22 and trained my first person at 22 and you're 25, right? Anybody who takes your advice is a dumbass. Full stop. Like you literally know nothing. Literally nothing. You are qualified to teach a 45-year-old housewife how to perform a basic lift her first week in the gym. That's about it. And people will take their advice because they use trend and count their macros and eat protein cookies. And they wonder why they're getting hurt. I mean, the perfect example, look at all the injuries of that clown, Max Yusita. He's just a kid on trend who has no idea what he's doing. And he's getting hurt. He's getting hurt on machines. Yet he's got like 1 million followers who are taking his dumbass advice. He literally has no idea what he's doing in the gym. He's a complete noob. People are taking his advice, even after he's getting hurt. But the followers, again, as I pointed out, to follow someone who's that age, you have to be a dumbass. And so that carries over with the followers. Well, if you're training hard, you're going to get hurt. It's just part of the game. See my face. I'm 48. You guys watched me squat 500 pounds over this year. I just did a 350 bench, pause, flat back, 2 second, a couple weeks ago. I'm 48. I'm sitting here going, no, you're not. You're not supposed to get hurt. It's not part of the game, bros. It's part of being a fucking dumbass. Getting hurt. If you get hurt on a machine, not a 600-pound deadlift. You get hurt on a machine, you're just a fucking dumbass who literally nobody should take your advice on training. It's not part of the game, bros. I just can't. Maybe use less trend. Maybe stop getting overused because you're locked into a machine. That's not a good combination, dude. Maybe you should have used some growth hormone with the trend to strengthen your tendons if you're going to build your whole body off drugs. I mean, that's voice of experience. Hey, if you are going to do trend, which he clearly uses trend is his drug of choice. So Max, you see that trend is his drug of choice. Blaringly obvious. And his injury rate line up perfectly with that. He's had multiple injuries on machines. Okay. So if you're going to be a dumbass who uses a bunch of trend and you're going to get overuse injuries because you're locking yourself into a machine, then at least use some growth hormone with it to build your tendons up. Use some common sense. Right? If you're going to do the most dangerous training you could do for overuse, nothing but machines, because that will hurt you. And you're going to use the drug most notorious, just one of the most notorious for tendon ruptures. Maybe you should take another drug to strengthen your tendons, you stupid fuck. That would be my response to Max. You stupid ass 25-year-old kid. Stop giving people advice. Same with people who only have started a few weeks in the gym and they jump into stuff straight away. It's pretty sad. Yes, it is. Yeah, and I come from a different generation, Potty. And as I've said, it's not just me who said that. Like, when I was coming up, yes, drugs were everywhere. Everyone was on gear. But there was the expectation that if you couldn't bench 315, deadlift 500 pounds, and you did a cycle before you reached those numbers, like, you were made fun of. You were literally mocked into the ground. You were basically called a weak, pussy, lazy bitch by other lifters. If you're a roid head, walk around, other lifters will still call you a weak, pussy, ass, lazy bitch. Little bitch. That's how these were treated. That is how they were treated if they used gear before they had a strength base, including the bodybuilders. We're not talking about the power lifters. So to me, that blows my mind when I get up and say stuff like, dude, you guys should bench 315 and deadlift 500 as a bad boss. If you've been working out 15 years, you should be able to hit these numbers. I don't care what you did. If you trained remotely correctly, and you're like 40 and you started working out at 25 and you can't bench 3 plates, you can't pull 5 plates, even if you trained like a bodybuilder the whole time. What in the hell did you do? Did you just masturbate in the gym the whole time? Did you just spend 15 years jerking off watching the girls on the stair stepper? Did you not work out? So again, to me, these are normal expectations, to stand there and go. You should be able to hit a 3, 4, and 5 plate squat, bench, and deadlift before you do your first cycle. Everyone was expected to when I started out. And if you didn't, you were mocked for it. I benched 315 as a natty in my 20s. So, I was squatting well into the 400s as a natty in my 20s, giving advice. So I don't think those standards are unreasonable that I put out. When I say hit these dad bod standards, why are they unreasonable? They're unreasonable because people are lazy. Does not require amazing genetics to reach those numbers. They're not even powerlifting numbers. Literally all you have to do is show up and follow progressive overload and train your whole body. As long as every muscle in your body got progressive overload for a decade, 15 years, and you just showed up to the gym 3 days a week, and you have average genetics, you should reach those numbers. Now, if you're standing around in the corner jerking off watching the girls on the stair stepper instead of lifting weights, I get it. Maybe your right arm is going to be strong. But otherwise, so no, I don't understand why this is an unusual expectation. I predict when you're going to come back to overhead press and start progressing every couple of months, get more than years of doing laterals. Carol, I have a feeling if my overhead press range of motion, or as soon as it returns, I'll be crazy strong. Because look at what I can incline at a high angle. My flat bench is considerably stronger. My dips are considerably stronger. My incline is all stronger than when I was doing 225 all the time on strict presses. So once I have the actual physical ability to do the range of motion, I think it'll progress real fast. Yeah, I just don't understand the people they think those standards are unrealistic. I think they're perfectly realistic. Benjamin, at least 10 years of experience. 10 years of real training experience, I think it's reasonable to give people advice. But people are going to ask you for advice anyways. If you've been training hard for 10 years, strangers are going to ask you for advice anyways. You don't think I get asked for lifting advice at the grocery store twice a week? When people start asking you for advice, you're probably in a position to be giving it. Walking around. Cold, no idea. It could take a while. No prediction at all. It'll happen when it happens. What sort of advice do they ask for, Coach? Basic stuff. Nutrition advice, workout advice. I had a guy stop me, kind of give me his whole program and what he's doing, and he's just like, and I stopped and chatted with him, gave him some pointers. About a few weeks ago, I caught him a second time 2 years later. So, but he was on a basic novice type program. But I mean, he was doing the right stuff. He was literally like, I did used to train. I got back into it. I've been back at it 3 months. He's like, I'm doing squats, deadlifts, bench presses, dips, rows, overhead press. It was like what he was doing or something like that. Like, oh, well, shit, He was literally doing a full body. One of them he found somewhere online. It worked for years, and it did work. You still hear about it a lot. It's because you're following too many bodybuilding people. Go to all the other people. Branch out a little bit. You guys look at any of the athletic type channels, any of the CrossFit type people? Do you think they do body part splits? Yeah. Nope. Captain Dells. I don't know about Captain Dells, homie. Always are the best usually. So yeah. But at least we got people in here now, flowing along. Now we just need some supers. We need somebody to come through and be like $20 super coach. It randomly happens out of nowhere. People I've never seen before. What? I agree. 3 days of real training. That's all I'm doing pull-ups on the off days then. Could you get dessert? Yeah, you're gonna have shitty quads. There's your imbalance. Not saying a Zercher can't be a good movement, but is it really as quad dominant as you would like? Athletically speaking, though, I can, even though I've said in the past I don't like Zerchers, we can make a good case for a Zercher as an athletic movement. But it's not going to be a replacement for the back squat. Why do you guys always want to replace the back squat? Like, why are you guys so scared of back squats? So why did everyone and their mom and their sister and their mom's sister's cousin's boyfriend all want to find something to replace the back squat? Why? It should be your foundational exercise. It should be the most important exercise in your routine. Why do you guys always want to replace it? Like, what delusional, crazy fucking world do you guys live in where you want to replace it all the time? It's such a valuable exercise. Why does everyone want to replace it with something? Can I replace the back squat with a front squat? Can I replace it with a Zercher squat? Can I replace it with a leg press? No, why don't you just back squat? Okay, if you want a box squat instead, that's acceptable. Okay, you got banned from your gym. Well, there's more gyms. Why'd you get banned? Did you learn your lesson? So, Jack, I want to know why you got banned from your gym. So get a squat rack. Go join another gym. I want to hear the story of why you got banned from your gym, though. Let's hear it. So you basically saying you're a piece of shit who needs to clean up his life. Like, what got you banned? What'd you do? Let's talk about it, man. Instead of talking about the Zercher squat, let's talk about why you got banned from the gym. While we're giving advice, let's give you some more valuable advice than the Zercher squats. Why'd you get banned from your gym? Exactly, Peppermint. Tell us all you need to know. Had an argument with the owner. It was a small gym in a small town. He owns all 3 gyms. Okay. Well, he probably wants your money. So why don't you go then apologize and say, you know what, man, I really need a gym. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. Can I please rejoin one of your gyms, sir? Right. Back squats overall variations, right? Same as conventional, right? So maybe you need to just bite the bullet and go apologize to the man. And go get you a gym membership. Yeah, it's literally harming your gains. Whatever pride you have here is literally killing your gains right now. You need to suck it up. I've been thinking about that. Yep. It's the point where in your life, man, where you got to look at it and go, man, your pride and ego is literally destroying your gains now. Part of being a man. So maybe you need to go up there, offer him a heartfelt apology, and say, hey, man, you know what? I was a jackass. I was out of line. I owe you an apology. Can I please rejoin one of your gyms? I will behave in the future and it won't happen again, sir. And he'll be happy to collect your money, take the apology, and then he makes money. But it's going to have to include whatever it is that caused this argument. You're not going to do it again. You learned your lesson. All right. I get it. Things happen. You know. Otherwise, your other option is go make some extra money and buy a rack. So you have the equipment you need. So if you can go pick up some extra work, some side jobs, whatever you need to do, get your hustle on and go get a rack for your house will be your other option. Oh, he owes you an apology. Gotcha. Why does he owe you an apology? Man. Damn, son, you're going to have a hard life. You got the older 48-year-old guy telling you, damn, son, you're about to have a hard life. Hey, man, he owes me an apology. I think I'm going to get a rack. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get what you wanted to deserve. Just go get a rack. I just laugh, coach. He'll learn one day, man. I can tell he's young. No matter who owes someone an apology, the problem is you just kind of got checked in the male hierarchy. You got a dude who owns all the gyms in your area, and you got an argument with him. You need his service. You learn a valuable life lesson. Technically, he's top dog. Technically, he's up the food chain from you. You butted heads with him. There's a price to pay for that. And that's the problem. He's someone who put in his dues, built his own empire, and owns all the gyms in your area. He's earned that. I mean, let's be fair. He earned that. He earned that position. And you just basically stepped to a male who has put in more work and outranks you and has done the work and built himself and built his empire. And you just got checked. Can we build up to 500 through 10 or too prevalent? Sure, you can do it, but why would you? It's not the most efficient way to do it. Because you can do a thing doesn't mean it's what I'm going to advocate. Do you see me programming a bunch of 10s for people on the deadlift all the time? As a regular occurrence? Do you see me doing that, Potted? No. You see any of my lifters routinely doing more than about 5 or 6 reps on the deadlift in any of the vlogs? Very rarely. On occasion, an AMRAP. Something crazy. I did have a guy do 250 kg for 10 as an AMRAP once. We were just testing his rep max. I didn't think he'd get 10. He got 10. But he's also a 300 kilo deadlifter. We still didn't use that many reps, any degree of regularity. So the thing is, Jackie, you learned a valuable life lesson there in this gym situation, didn't you? Why do you think men value hierarchy and our achievements so much? Why do you think it's so important? You just found out why. Because it gives us power, it gives us defense. It puts us in a position to where when other men do want to start something, we can fuck their world. When you have power, you have your own empire, it gives you protection against BS. Guy doesn't have to deal with your BS, and you just found out the hard way because he built himself up with his own achievements and his accomplishments to make him immune to your nonsense as someone further down the pecking order. There's a reason men desire these things. It saves you a whole lot of trouble. It gives you a whole lot of leverage. I get what you're saying with the guy who got checked because he owns a gym. No, you got checked. You just found out the hard way. Guy's built an empire that you need access to because he owns all the gyms. And you butted heads with him for whatever reason. There's somebody not in a position to butt heads with. You're not in a position to do that. Important life lessons. Yeah. He said he got in an argument with him. You know. Some of those words going to be, he didn't even say what it's about. It's going to be something stupid. He probably tried to check the guy on something that wasn't his business. He had no business getting in and got in an argument and got kicked out of the gyms. Didn't like something he was doing in his own empire. And you popped off. That's what happened. And again, you learned the lesson. All right. I mean, again, it's a valuable life lesson. You know, costing you your gains now. So you might want to fix it. Again, valuable life lesson. If you can swallow your pride and learn from it. We all have to do that. Yeah, he'll learn that lesson in time. If he doesn't, he's going to have a real hard life. Watch that, man. Pride will cost you a lot. Pride can get you killed. Yep. All I could know that there was sus stuff going on at the gym, workers stealing money. Okay. And he got angry at you for letting him know people were stealing from him. You sure about that? Hey, Alan, that's a problem, though. You're in another man's territory. I don't care how far you think you are up the food chain. You're in another man's. You have to have a certain degree of respect. Right. Yeah. You told him someone was stealing from you and he yelled at you for it. Mm-hmm. But Alan, they're not alpha males. Man who doesn't have basic respect when he steps into another man's castle, you're not a man. There are rules. Yeah, I don't think that's really what happened, Jack. You show a man that someone's stealing from him, he's not going to do that to you. Yeah. Or, maybe there is a case where sometimes we got to mind our own business. Maybe you stepped into something you didn't need to step into. And didn't know really what was going on. For all you know, you stepped into his money laundering scheme or something, thinking someone's stealing from him, and you stepped into his business. You be careful when you put your nose in other people's business. Again, another life lesson. You really don't know what's going on. You assume and you step into someone else's business. People get killed that way. Just saying. Yeah, I'd be careful with that one. Yeah, in a small town. Yeah, you stepped into something in his business. Might not go back to him now. You said that. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, you might want to just go get your own rat. Go pick up some extra side work, do some extra work, make some money, order you a good rack online. Not only just train at home. That'd be a lot better. Be my advice. What are the benefits of training full? I got a video I just did about organization of full body. I'll put it up some point in the next day. Potted, it'll answer what you were about to ask me in detail. I think it will clarify it. So Potted, watch for the video. It's going to be titled Full Body Programs Provide Organizational Simplicity. The main benefits, organizational simplicity. It moves like that gets someone ostracized from the whole community. Yep. Yeah, it is, man. Keep your head down, Jack, is my advice, and build your money. Yeah. You build your own money and status. Train, make your own money, do your thing, and be a little bit more careful. So, all right. Be a wise idea moving forward. I'm about to wind all this down, guys. In the Facebook. I'll obviously do another one of these later. So love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.